Welcome to the Ring of Fire. We are here for this T20 series. Bengal Club presents Cool and Cool T20 Cup.
No thermometer tonight, chaps. It blew up in Sharjah, so we're going to give that a flick. As opposed to the other pitches that we've seen elsewhere in Sharjah and Abu Dhabi, this particular pitch looks a lot nicer to me than the others. The first glance at it, we can see that there is a fairly even grass cover, and it is consistent throughout the pitch, from one end of the pitch to the other. So whichever end you're bowling, you're going to be assisted by what is in this pitch. Let's have a look at what we might find. Here's the grass I'm talking about. It's actually quite coarse. You run your hand across it, it feels sort of sharp on your fingers. It's very, very firm, this. I'd give it a knock with my knuckles, but to save my knuckles, I'm not going to. So I'm guessing there just might be a little bit of something in it for the seamers here. Not necessarily huge lateral movement, but certainly some decent bounce, because this grass should provide that. Now, I chatted to the curator before I came out here and asked him about the dew factor, because it has been a huge issue at the other grounds. He says it doesn't matter where you go in the Emirates, you will get dew. However, the fact that we've got a decent breeze blowing tonight, although you don't feel it quite so much in the stadium here, that minimises the chances of dew, so that'll be good for the spinners. What the captains will do when they win the toss, I'm not sure. I think it'll be a tactical thing. Do they fancy batting first, setting a total, or do they fancy knowing what the total is and chasing it? So I'll leave that up to them.
Thank you very much. Yes, it is time for the toss. We've got Roshan Mahanama out here. How many one-day internationals did you play?
More than 200, I suppose.
Roshan Manham, if he had played, I promise you he would have been a really good player in this format. We've also got George Bailey, who's captain of the Australian 2020 side. He's out here in the middle, and Mohammed Hafiz, who's no doubt got the coin. Are we ready? Let's go.
Heads is the call.
Heads the call.
Tails.
Tails it is. Mohammed Hafiz, what are you going to do?
We want to bowl first.
Bowl first. Conditions look very good.
Well, I know that, but I think they got good batting side, so we're thinking to just chasing the target, because in this way you can at least go for that.
That's right. And what about your team? Any new faces?
Yeah, we're making 2 debuts in the side. Nasser Jamshed is making his T20 debut, and the newcomer is Raza Hassan.
That's wonderful. So we're in for a good series here. The change from one-day internationals to 2020. You obviously love it. You're captain.
Yeah, definitely. It's a different format, and I think this is the preparation for the World Cup, World T20. So I think this time the team is very looking forward to win these games.
Whole of Pakistan is tuned in. Good luck tonight.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
Right, George, what would you have done?
I'm not sure. I'm pretty happy to lose that one. We might have had a bowl too, I reckon.
Did you have a chat to the groundsman about the possibility of dew?
Yeah, he did. He said it's probably not as prevalent here as the games in the one-day internationals. They've got the dew cover or whatever you put on the ground, so he doesn't think it'll be as much of a factor. Any
thoughts on pass score in these sorts of games, or is that a bit difficult?
No idea. We've obviously had a look at the pass score at this ground, but that was probably one of the reasons we were going to probably look to have a bowl and work out what a good total was. Hopefully we can set a big one and make it tough for them.
Well, you've got some fantastic players, big hitters in your side. Anything's possible, I suppose. Any new caps?
We do, yeah. Glenn Maxwell making his debut, so obviously a great one-day series for him. He can come into the T20, and nice to see some big hitting with Shane Watson and Cameron White back into the team.
Yeah, well, look, we're all looking forward to this. It's an exciting format of the game. Very good luck tonight.
Thanks, Greg.
Right, well, there we are. The toss won by Mohammed Hafiz, and he's decided that the Australians will have a bat first.
Interesting choice by Hafiz, deciding to bowl first. Watson, Warner are up the batting order. Wade is at number 3. Then the Hussey brothers. Bailey is the captain. He's the smooth operator. He'll keep it nice and warm in the dressing room for the Australians. He's a good leader. Maxwell making his T20 debut. Cameron White is a big striker. Hilfenhaus is a good outswing bowler. He swings it. Cummins has got pace, and Doherty is the left arm spin. And Bakar, what do you think of the Pakistan 11 then?
No doubt, a very fine side. There's a lot of talent in there. There's a couple of youngsters also there. Raza is there. Shoaib Malik is back, so that's good to see. I think Kamran Akmal will be opening because just recently what I've seen is he plays really well against the new ball. Razak is back. Sohail Tanveer will be one to watch because he's been bowling really well when it comes to a shorter version of the game. So I think it's a pretty balanced side.
What do you make of Raza Hassan, the left-arm spinner? Because he was under your wings also as a coach.
Yeah, and well played. Just about to begin here, and we can go across to our two commentators, Danny Morrison and Robin Jackman.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome in to the first of three. Bankofala presents this cool and cool T20 Cup. We've just had the ODI series, and it's time for Shane Watson to get amongst this. Missed out on the ODIs, they're resting him. And there's lots of players in that camp having time out from 50 over cricket for T20 cricket because of the world title just around the corner in Sri Lanka. The skipper, Mohammad Hafiz, won the toss. Wanted to go out as a group first, asked the Aussies to bat first. Here we go. And he starts back of a length. So off the mark straight away is Watson, which brings his partner in crime down the other end. As we've seen him in the one-day series, little pocket dynamo, David Warner. Loves this version, T20 cricket, outstanding strike rate, and he's played 34 matches at this level. Just thinking about Dave Hussey too. This is Dave Hussey's 37th match, so lots of experience for the Aussies. Not a full house, but don't worry, there'll be plenty of noise for the first of three T20s. And he's off the mark straight away as well as Warner. Evening, Robin Jackman.
Evening, Danny. Evening, everybody. I tell you what, interesting looking at those stats of those two batsmen. If you were having a cricket conversation and you said that Warner and Watson open the batting for Australia in T20 cricket, who do you reckon's got the higher strike rate? How many would say Watson? Not many, I don't think. Nicely played away for four. Looks like we've got a decently quick outfield. Very difficult for a spinner to bowl up front here in this format of the game with only two people out. That's a deep mid-wicket and a long on, that's short and wide of off stump, so no problem for Watson to get that away. No restriction in terms of having to have people catching, so the slip immediately comes out to strengthen that offside.
Good atmosphere here in Dubai. The first of these three T20 International. Same with your hairstyle as well. Change that quickly. So loving it here in the Isles. Flags and headgear, masks. On the edge of the 30-metre circle, third man back, and the man on the drop kick just in front of square, almost out to the boundary. This is a big shout, and given Watson is the first one down, the first to go, with a beauty from Umar Gul. Umagul. He's the first one down. LBW to Umagul, below the knee roll, just getting the stride in. Gets a lot of bounce, but he's on the move. And the height may have been a factor because he's getting a bit of movement with this new ball. And with his high arm action, it's a bit of bounce. Winning his way though. In the air and gone! There's the second one. Slightly slower, and the swing has undone Hussey. He's gone early.
Well, this is huge. This is huge for Pakistan. You get 2 wickets inside the first 4 overs. You're already starting to dominate the game. Hussey goes for 1. 13 for 2. I wonder whether Tanvir bowled this a little bit slower, but certainly Hussey playing that on the walk produces a simple catch to extra cover.
The crease when he's over the wicket. Just a little bit sharp in the air. It just starts to shape in the air because it was held back a little bit. And as you expect from any new batsman, the feet just don't go really. It's that nervousness. Here's a bit of nervousness in the form of Warner. He is pumped and ready to go. He's hit a boundary. It's a nice bit of timing. Pitched up. And he says, I'll have some of this, thanks. And goes back over the bowler's head over mid-off for 4. So bits and pieces here for Hafiz to think about.
This has been the 1 wide down the leg side. Otherwise they bowl very good lines.
Lovely strike. Don't bother running. Wonderful timing from Warner. 4 bowled, it's 23 for 2.